My first giraffe is a female approaching a small pool of water near the road for a drink. Beside her are 4 impala, as if present to give perspective to her immense size. If he wanted, a male impala could easily walk right under the giraffe without his horns touching her stomach. Even I could walk right under her. The giraffe merely glances at the station wagon as we park opposite the pool. "She's gorgeous, and she's huge," I whisper, filled with joy to be this close to a giraffe in the wild. Mr. Matthew smiles and nods. "Wild animals don't connect vehicles with danger or with people," he says. The giraffe stands beside the pool for a minute, then bends her knees forward to reach the water with her mouth. She sucks in water for a few seconds, then swings her head up quickly to make sure all is well. We watch the giraffe until she ambles off into the bush, then drive along the road toward a cloud of smoke in the distance. "I thought she'd put her head up and down slowly," I say to Mr. Matthew. "There's a terrific change in blood pressure when she moves her head down 12 feet and then up again. I wonder why she doesn't faint from the change in blood pressure at her brain." Mr. Matthew shrugs his shoulders and laughs. "I've no idea," he admits. We come to a company truck where 20 workers are milling around. Mr. Matthew immediately begins organizing them through the 2 black overseers while I wait in the station wagon. A grass fire with flames leaping 10 feet high crackles along beside the road. To my horror, 3 giraffe are crashing about in the bush ahead of the blaze. They wait until they are almost burned, then dash to the west, where their heads are silhouetted against the dull red setting sun. Once beyond the fire, they stride calmly on. When the wind changes direction so that it's blowing away from Fleur-de-Lis property, Mr. Matthew leaves several men on watch while the rest of us return to the farm buildings. To have seen so many wild giraffe on one afternoon makes me euphoric. The next morning, after breakfast, I begin my giraffe work in earnest. I have permission to drive along the dirt tracks through all 9 paddocks where giraffe live, or even onto the veld itself if there are few trees or bushes. Each huge enclosure has a water supply where cattle can drink, often in the form of a borehole and trough at the junction of 4 paddocks. Mr. Matthew tells me that one such junction is called Giraffe because these animals often come there for water, so I decide to make this my first destination. It's about 4 miles from the farmhouse. On the track through paddock 7, I stop Camelo to watch a male giraffe about 20 yards away. He's so huge that, with Mr. Matthew's field glasses, I can only examine sections of his body at any one time. Before long, I notice 5 more giraffe, all camouflaged, all browsing on trees around me. I am amazed that I didn't at first notice such large animals, but if I'm driving along a track, my eyes are focused on the road's bumps and holes. When I do glimpse a giraffe's leg out of a side window, I must take it for a small tree trunk. One of the giraffes stares at Camelo, but the others ignore her. Finally, when they wander away from the track, I continue on to the borehole. As I approach the water trough, I disturb a giraffe who canters a short distance away. I park under a tree and settle down to see if this male will return. He watches us seriously for a while, then edges closer and closer to the trough. Finally, in a fit of daring, he spreads his front legs slightly and leans down to drink. After a few sips, he lifts his head up quickly to study us for another 5 minutes. Then he drinks again at more length. Giraffe watching is going to take lots of patience. When he has drunk enough, the male strides toward the bush and is just disappearing from sight when another big bull arrives. He ignores the water, instead jumping gracefully over the 2 4-foot barbed wire fences to follow the first male. A friend? An enemy? There's no way to know. But surely, eventually, when I've spent enough time watching them, I'll be able to tell what's on their minds. I write down what I've seen in my notebook and judge my morning's work to be a great success, as does Mr. Matthew when I see him at lunch. I've observed a number of giraffe browsing, and I've watched one drinking from a trough where he didn't have to lean down very far. I know where to find giraffe and how not to scare them away.